Hi, and welcome back to the channel on the college process. Once again, my name is Ed Zamora from Principia Prep. Today we're going to be going over obtaining the FAFSA logins, also known as the FSA IDs. Now you need to get two FSA IDs, one for the student and one for the parent. The student's login is to start the FAFSA form. The second login for the parent is to sign the form at the end, as well as do what's known as the IRS retrieval to upload your taxes directly from the IRS to the FAFSA form, which is the easiest way to complete the FAFSA form. That's why you need two IDs, one for student to start the form and also to sign it, and a second for the parent to upload the taxes as well as to sign the form. Now, a few things you're going to need with you when you're starting the process of getting the FAFSA logins. Right off the bat, you're going to have the student's first name, last name, social, and birthday. Also have to have that information for the parent as well. In addition, each individual must have their own individual email because their email is attached to the FAFSA IDs, the FSA IDs, as well as you're going to require your cell phone numbers. Cell phone numbers are one of the two ways of retrieving your ID or changing your password in case you forget it. Now, that being said, we've already started by opening up the FAFSA site, the fafsa.gov site. When you're on the site, it's very simple. You scroll down to new to the FAFSA process, click on the Start Here button. I'm going to walk you guys through each step to obtain the IDs here with you guys. Now, the next box you're going to see, it's going to ask you, I am the student or I am the parent. Now, the reality is the easiest way of doing this is clicking on the I am the student. Whether you're the parent or not, it doesn't matter. You both go to the same website. You both create the same IDs at the same place. Now, when you click on the I am the student, you're going to see two boxes that pop up. First box is going to ask you for the FSA ID, i.e. the FAFSA login username. And the second box is going to ask you for the password. Since you're new to this and you haven't created it yet, what we do is just above those two, you're going to see two blue links. The blue link you're going to click on is the one that says create one, which basically means it's going to take you to the site to create the FAFSA logins. Now, the interesting thing here where it says create an account for FSA IDs, you can create the student's account first or the parent. It doesn't matter. The steps are exactly the same. The machine does not know if you're the parent or the student. It just recognizes someone is trying to create a FAFSA login. That being said, let's start off by clicking the start button. So now after we click the start button, the next box we're going to see is it's going to start asking for personal information, first name, last name, social, birthday, etc. I'm going to type all this stuff in and walk you step by step. So that way, when you're filling it out, if you want to watch the video kind of at the same time you're doing it, or I guess watch it and then fill it out and come back if you have any questions or you get stuck anywhere, easiest way to do it, I'm going to do this form with you guys here online. I'm not going to use my own personal information, but I'm going to log in stuff just to make sure to walk you through it so you have an idea of how this works. First, I'm going to type in my name and then last name, then type in my birthday, and then I'm not going to type in my actual social. I'm just going to create a FAFSA social. Let's click the continue button. Now on the next part of the screen, after we've done our first name, last name, and social, it's going to ask you to create your own username and password. So I'm going to go ahead here and just type in just a random username and password. I've already created a fake Gmail account just to walk you guys through this as far as an email is concerned, and you need to provide at least an email. The cell phone number is not that important. It's easier if you include it as well, just in case you get locked out of your email, but it's not 100% mandatory. And then for the password, you must have a uppercase, lowercase, number, and a character. Now press continue, which will bring us to then the third page. On the third page, it's going to ask you for your address. So I'm just going to type in a generic address here. So I just typed in a generic address here in Summit, New Jersey, where my mother lives. And then we're going to go down to the cell phone number. Now, when it comes to the phone number, specifically the cell phone number here, you want to definitely put your phone number in. Reason being, if you lose access to your email, you always have your cell phone number more than likely available. Most people don't change their cell phone number. This allows you to basically use your cell phone number to retrieve your password if you forget the password. If you don't provide the cell phone number here, it will only provide information to your email, which is fine as well, so it's up to you. We're going to plug in a cell phone number here. Now, after you plug in your cell phone number, you want to make sure to click the box down here where it says mobile phone account recovery. This allows you to basically be able to, just in case you lose your password or just in case you can't access your account for any reason, you can use your cell phone number as your username. You can also use your email as your username that you put on this account. We'll click continue and move on to the next page. Now, on the next page, it's going to basically just illustrate what I told you before. As we scroll down, it's going to say it's going to allow you, if you want to be able to use the email for access to your entire account, which means you can use either your username, your email, or your cell phone number if you provided it here on the account. Now, you're going to see the box is already checked off. The email recommended box is already checked off, so we're going to leave it the way it is. Now, as you scroll down a little bit further, you can actually click off that you want information sent to you by either email or by text. Usually I select by email because it's the easier way. So now we're going to go down a little bit further. Now you have the chance to actually choose which preference you want as far as languages. Now, when it comes to languages, it's only English and Spanish. So we're going to click on the English section and click the continue button. On the next page, we're going to get to the security questions. Now, the security questions are only used if you get locked out of both your email and your cell phone and there's no way of accessing the account. Another way of accessing the account is by asking them either through your username, or if you contact them, they're going to ask you security questions, typically done online, to try to get you back into your account. Now, you want to make sure security questions, whatever you choose, they're simple, that you know them, very easy. You want to make sure these logins, specifically the questions you choose and the answers, are simple and you remember them. Also, make sure to write them down. I'm going to walk through all 4 of them here just to show you how it works, just to make it easy. So we're going to go down. We'll click on easy ones. What's the name of my elementary school? Next one. Next one, we'll choose the high school mascot. The 3rd question will go down to name my best friend. And then the 4th one will go with city I was born in. So I'll write down, I usually remember these because these are typically the ones I use a lot, but I'll write down these passwords for the security questions. Obviously, you want to write these down with the username you created, as well as the cell phone number and email you have for that specific person. You cannot use an email for more than one account. You can also not use a cell phone number for more than one account either. Now we're going to go back to the bottom, click on continue. And now we get to basically the confirmation page where we go through our information and make sure name, birthday, social, the username we want to use, the email we want to use, the password we created. We kind of go through this, make sure everything is correct. Just double check your address, your phone number, so on and so forth, because this will be the last time you get to do it. Then you click on the I agree to the federal student aid terms, basically saying I'm creating an account, this account is for myself, so on and so forth. Click on the box at the bottom, click continue, and the next page you get to is going to show you the 2 things I talked about before, how this account is now going to be attached to the email you added as well as a cell phone number. So what we'll do to verify this information, since you can see on the screen they both say not verified and you want them both to be verified. First thing we're going to do, we're going to move our cursor over to the cell phone number and click on the non-verification. And as you see on your screen now, it's going to send a code to the cell phone number I have. And what you see on the screen now is the box for you to actually add the security code that was sent to your cell phone, because this is the first thing we're verifying. Now, if you go on your cell phone, and I've now gotten the code here on my cell phone as well, I'm going to now plug in the code. I can show you the code on the screen as I'm plugging it in, because the reality is the code's only good for half an hour and the code's only good for my cell phone. So I plug in the code and I click continue. So the next thing that should happen is, as you see down there below, it went from not verified to now verified. So now my cell phone is connected to this account. So if I lose the FAFSA login information as far as the password, or if I want to use my cell phone number as the login as a username, now I can, because it's been verified through the system. Now let's verify the email. So we do the same process. We'll click on the verification, which has not been verified, and it's going to send me a code to my email. So I go to my inbox for the email I created just for this, and here we see the FAFSA ID code has been sent to my email. So I click on the box, and here we are. Here's the code. I can just copy and paste this code and go back to the FAFSA box here, click continue. And as you can see now, both boxes, both for cell phone number and email, have been verified, which means my account now has 2 levels of security, as well as 2 levels to get in and also for me to access my information. So now that both are verified, all you need to do now is just click on the finish button here, and that's it. You're all done. You have your FAFSA IDs ready to go. You can do this basically same steps for the student and the parent. Follow the steps we just provided you here. Very simple, very easy process. Once again, thank you for watching another one of our videos here on the as well as if you're looking for scholarship assistance this year for senior class 21-22, we do have our new scholarship initiative, the James Russo Memorial Scholarship, which we just launched this year. So if you want to be eligible for the James Russo Scholarship, please watch this video here. Also in the description, I have the link below as well. It will provide you with information of how to apply for the scholarship. We're trying to give away this year $15,000 if we can, hopefully with the help of the viewers here today watching the videos. If you do have any questions, any concerns, as you can see here on the screen, we have our contact information. Once again, I'm Ed Zamora from Principia Prep. If you need any assistance, please reach out. Other than that, thank you for watching our video.